Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to learn how to restore vCenter Server 9 from a backup step by step. So including a complete lab demonstration, I'm going to cover some real world scenario. So this is going to be one of the most important operational requirement, you can say, where the VMware environment uh, uh, can have a disaster recovery and business continuity is always required for your virtualization and infrastructure. So by end of this video you will clearly understand how the VMware restore works, how to recover vCenter server or vCenter appliance from a failure, and how to bring your entire infrastructure back online quickly from the backup restore. So let's go ahead and understand some basic concept. So what is VMware vCenter Backup? So vCenter Backup is a file-based backup mechanism built into vCenter Server Appliance. It basically captures configuration, inventory, database, and event and task, which is going to be optional. So this backup can be stored at external locations such as SMB location, SFTP, NFS, or FTP. So now what does restore means? The restore is not going to be done on the existing virtual machine or vCenter appliance. So the process is deploy a new virtual machine appliance and then restore the data from the backup. So this is very important concept about this uh, vCenter backup and restore. So now let's understand. This is my lab environment. So in last video we have last two videos I have installed ESXi 09 ESXi 01, and then we have deployed vCenter server, and then we have configured our vCenter server backup. So in this video I'm going to be focused on restoring the backup from restoring the vCenter server from backup. So let me go ahead and show you the infrastructure. So this is my vCenter server 01. Basically here you can see VCS is 01, and this is my ESXi 01, where I have this virtual machine appliance running. And if you see here, this is my vCenter URL. So VCS is 01.labsandsound.lan, and you can see our one ESXi host is added, and then our vCenter server is here. So let me do something quickly and then show you. So before going to and destroying our current existing infrastructure to make sure our backup is working fine, so let me show you. In last video we have configured our backup at the SMB path. So on the share folder which I have created inside my Active Directory server. So this is the folder. Inside this folder you can see we have two copies of backup which I have executed manually in last video. So you can see the backup jobs, and then this is the location. So I have two backups ready to restore, and now I'll go ahead and do something. Let me go ahead and do some changes. So I want to make sure my backups are healthy, so I'll go ahead and make some changes. Let's say I'll go ahead and remove this host from the inventory, and maybe delete this ESXi virtual machine VCS is 01, or maybe mark as a corrupted, and then delete this virtual machine VCS 01 completely from our VMware infrastructure, and then going to redeploy and restore. So now you can see I have removed my ESXi host 01, and now this does not have even let's say data center. So the backup restore can recover everything, like it maintains your configuration, it maintains your inventory and everything. So if you have made something changes which is disaster for your infrastructure, then you can restore from backup. But in my scenario, what I'm going to do, I'm going to completely, let's say, turn off this machine and then delete this virtual machine. So let me go ahead and power off. Considering this virtual machine is corrupted and it's no more longer accessible or bootable. So now this vCenter URL should be not going to be live. So if I show you the ping, let me show you by CMD and ping VCSA 01, dot labs and so on dot lan. So this is down now. You can see the URL is not accessible. So this is good. Now I'll go ahead. In fact, I'll delete this virtual machine completely. So now the vCenter server is no more in our infrastructure. Let's say someone accidentally deleted the vCenter server, or someone corrupted the vCenter server, and now you lost your all the vCenter data, inventory, and everything. So now it will have a broader impact in your infrastructure. So how to basically recover. So in real let's understand the real world use case and benefit of vCenter server. So you let's say your organization running multiple vCenter ESXi hosts, 100 of virtual machine, critical application. Let's say now suddenly vCenter crashed due to disk failure or corruption. Now without backup, you need to rebuild everything from manual, and it will be huge downtime and business impact. But with backup, you can restore easily within 30 to 60 minutes, and all hosts your reconnects automatically, and no need to reconfigure environment. This is why backup and restore is mandatory for enterprise setup. So now we have lost everything. We don't have a vCenter server in our infrastructure. So now let's go ahead and do start the restore. So what you need before you start the restore. So very first thing, you should have a backup availability. So backup location, username, password, and encryption password if encryption is enabled. So I have my backup ready here. You can see this. And then you need a infrastructure ready ESXi host, accessible DNS working for ESXi, and same host name, plant recommended, and static IP address. So same host name we are going to use. We are also going to use the same name and IP. And if you are restoring with the same name and same IP and host name, old vCenter must be powered off. So in fact, I have deleted the old vCenter server. Now let's go ahead and do step-by-step restore. So very first thing, you need to mount your ISO image for vCenter server, and then you need to start the restore process. So let me show you. So I'll go ahead and mount my ISO media for vCenter server. So let me quickly go ahead and do this. So here ISO repository, and then VMware 9, then I'm going to use the vCenter and mount this, and OK. So now the ISO is mounted. I'll go here and VCSA UI installer and Win32, and then I'll run this installer. So now on this page, installer page, you need to select a restore. So restore from a previous vCenter server backup. So I'll click here. Now the very first stage, we are going to deploy our vCenter server. So click next. I accept, next, and then you need to type the backup, enter the backup details. So I'll go ahead and type my backup location. So this is my backup location, and the user ID and password we need to put. Now I'll go ahead and type my username and password. So my username is this, labs and so on SVC service account, which we have created and configured during the backup, and the password for this account, and click next. And now it will show you the deployment type is vCenter, and location and IP host. So it will pick up from here. Click next. And now you need to put the ESXi host details. So I'll go ahead and type my ESXi host details, and my account, root, and then password for root account for ESXi. Now it seems we are connected to ESXi01, so this is good. I'll go ahead and accept it. And now we need to do a VCSA appliance VM name and password for this. So I'll go ahead and put my password here. So it seems not matched. So now it's good. Go ahead and click next. So now I'll go ahead and deploy a small, which was my previous deployment, and click next. And now from here I'll select the thin disk, and this is the location where I want to put vCenter underscore VM. Click next. And now we need to set the configuration here. So this is very important. So FQDN should match your backup location FQDN. So if I show you, it should match exactly like this. So if you are putting something else which is case sensitive, then it will not restore, it will give you some error. So make sure your name is correct and the IP address, and then you need to put your subnet mask, and then your gateway, and then finally your DNS. So now if once everything is good, you can go ahead and click next. So now this will basically restore your deploy your vCenter Server Appliance, which you should be able to see now. So now you can see the deployment is started and VM is created, and now this deployment is going to take I think some time. So once this is done, so we are here at step 10. So we have verified the backup, select the deployment target, and all these all everything is done. We have configured the network configuration, and now stage 1. So this will take 10 to 20 minutes depending on the uh, performance of your ESXi host and deployment. Now post that, we need to basically start the stage 2, which is restore data. So once this stage 1 is completed, I'll go ahead and resume my video from stage 2 to where we are going to restore our data. So I'm going to pause the recording for now because it's going to take 10 to 15 minutes in my environment. So now restore stage 1 deploy vCenter is completed. I'll go ahead and click on continue. So it will start the stage 2, basically where we are going to do a restore from backup. So click next, and now this is our backup details. I'll put my encryption password which we have configured, and click next. And now this gives some error file. So restore got failed because I want to show you we have a multiple backups. So if you go to this folder, we have a multiple backups created here. So we need to make sure which restore point we want to restore. So we need to select the latest restore point. In my case, this is the latest restore point. So I'll go ahead and select this. Now if I go here, so now let me show you our vCenter is deployed, but it does not have a backup restored. So if you see this vCenter is running, and you can see the IP address, host, everything is good. So let me try to reload this page and show you. So what we can see if we try to log in now, and on the appliance you will come to this page where getting started vCenter server. So now let's try to restore by the latest recovery which we have. So I got 2 folders inside, 2 copies of 2 retention copies, and then this is my backup, the latest backup. I'll go ahead and select this, and now let's try click next, and here you need to put this path. So this path is come like SMB. So let me show you. So this should be our path. So vCenter backup, and then it should be a vCenter, and then our folder of the vCenter instance, and then our latest backup. So this should be your path, and then our service account. So let me put my service account here, and then password for this service account, and then you should put your encryption password, and then try next. You should be able to see the timestamp. So if I just wanted to show you, if you select your root folder where the backup is stored, it's not going to work basically. So you need to specify which specific restore point you want to restore, otherwise the restore will not going to happen. So now if I have selected the correct path, the restore path, you will see the version of the vCenter server and the backup timestamp and the system name you can see. So this is matching, and description also you should be able to see. So this is my second backup. So now I'll click on finish, and this says once the backup is restored started, it will not be going to be cancelled. So that's fine, that's what we wanted. And now you can see restore is happening, store is 2 restoring in progress. So now it will restore all the data from our backup or whatever backup we have. So it will going to restore basically configurations of vCenter. So in whatever configuration are inside the vCenter server, it is going to restore the inventory and database, everything. So depending on how much data you have inside your backup, it's going to take time. So my backup was, I think, approx 800 MB. So yeah, 860 MB. So this should not take too much time. So already you can see the restore is completed. It's starting all the services, which is dependent services. So now let's try to access vCenter. So no healthy upstream. So at the backend, services are trying to start for vCenter server, and soon once this restore is completed, we will try to log into our vCenter server, and we will verify our backup is healthy, restore is healthy post the backup restore. So now if I go ahead and refresh, so you can see we are able to get the login page. So it means the most probably our backup is finalized now, restore is finalized. It will take another few minutes, I guess. So this is good. Let's wait for a few more minutes and get this restore completed successful, and then we'll verify the things after relog into our vCenter server. So now you can see restore stage 2 is completed. You have successfully restored the vCenter server, and now if I go and click here and let's try to log in, and try to log in with administrator account, vsphere.local, and then password for vsphere.local. So oops, okay, so typo is here. So administrator, and this should be fine now. Yeah, so now you can see we are able to log into our vCenter, and also you should be able to see our data center is created and this host is not responding. So it should be fixed soon, I guess. It will take some time, and then since the vCenter is just restored, it will take some time to synchronize with the host, and then it will come back. So now you can see here it was downloading some plugins and all those things. So this is good. So now you can see the host is in good state, and it's we got connected to host, and vCenter is also. So quick states are not updated. That's fine. It should update in some time. So now this is how basically you can go ahead and restore your vCenter server in case of any failure. So we have successfully restored our vCenter server. You can go after the restore completed, you can go ahead and verify your data center, ESXi host, virtual machine cluster, and permission. So everything should be restored exactly as before at the time of backup timestamp basically. So that's it for today's video. So we have successfully learned how to restore or recover vCenter server vCenter server 9 from backup step by step, including the lab demonstration and real world use cases. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.